A fraction in this case has two parts. You have the first part. This is what we call a numerator. That's the top part. And then the bottom part, this is what we call a denominator. Okay. Now we do have two several type of fraction. Now, the first one I want you to know, this is what we call a proper fraction. Which one is a proper fraction? A proper fraction is when the numerator, which is the top part of the fraction, is less than the denominator. We will call this a proper fraction. Proper fraction. Like number one is a case of a proper fraction. Sometimes we call that as a simple fraction. So a proper fraction is a fraction where the top number, which is the numerator, is less than the denominator. This is what we call a proper fraction. Let's look at number two. Number two, this is a case as well. What kind of fraction is that one? Do you think number two is a proper fraction? Yes, number two is a proper fraction. Why? Because the top number, which is the numerator, okay, is less than the denominator. So 4 is less than 12. As a math rules, anytime you had a fraction, if that fraction need to be simplified, you have to simplify them. If you look at 4 and 12, you ask yourself a question, is there any number that can divide it 4 and can divide 12 as well? All right, you ask. If you look at the idea, you are trying to simplify that fraction. So if you think about it, then you will see 4 and 12. 4 and 12, it can be simplified by 2, and 12 can be simplified by 2 as well. In case you don't know that 4 can be simplified by 4, you at least can make your way. You will simplify 4 by 2, so you will have 4, and then you will simplify. You have 2 right there, okay, and you can simplify 12 by 2, you have 6. You look at it again, you see, okay, 2 and 6 can as well can be simplified again. You can be simplified by 2, and you can simplify 6 by 2 as well. And then the end, you have 1/3. So 1/3, it's as well uh, equivalent to 4/12. But as a math rule, you want any fraction to be simplified to its simplest form. For those that have been in school for a few years, you may think it's much easier. But for someone that has been out of school for a long time, it may be hard for that person just to know, okay, I can divide 4 by 4, I can divide 12 by 4. All right. In case you have no idea, you can always start your way by dividing by 2 if both can be divided by 2, and keep going until you get to the last term, the last fraction where you can no longer divide it up. All right. But just be mindful, you could as well uh, divide this right here, you could divide as well by 3, divide that by 4. Okay. All right, so let's go back there. So 4/12, what kind of fraction is that one? 4/12 is what kind of fraction? So 4/12, as we talk about it, it's a proper fraction. Why? Because of 4 is less than 12. So you simplify that by 4 and simplify here by 4. When you divide 4 by 4, you get 1. And when you divide 12 by 4, you have a 3. This one here, it's a simple fraction. This one here, it's a proper fraction. It's a proper fraction. Why? Because the top number is less than the denominator. But sometimes, instead of having a proper fraction, you may have a situation where you're dealing with the improper fraction. So which one we call improper fraction? Improper fraction is any fraction where the numerator, all right, is bigger than the denominator. It means the numerator is greater than the denominator. In case of this, you got 7 over 5. 7 is greater than 5. So this one here is what we call a improper fraction. Okay, so we call this improper fraction. Why? Why do we call this improper fraction? Is because the top number is bigger than the small number. So the top number is a numerator and the bottom number is a denominator. Okay, you do not leave a top number a improper fraction like that. You have to simplify that. Okay, we'll go over that in a few seconds. So when I look at 12 over 8, 12 is bigger than 8. This is for here a improper fraction. Look at if this can be simplified by any number. So you know 12 can be simplified by 4. 8 can be simplified by 4 as well. So once you do that, you will have 12 divided by 4, you got 3. 8 divided by 4, you have a 2. This is a improper fraction, all right? 7 over 5 is an improper fraction. But an improper fraction, you cannot leave it like this. You have to convert your improper fraction to a mixed number. So number 5 is a case of a mixed number. So which one we call a mixed number? A mixed number is a type of a fraction where you have one part of that, you have one part of that mixed number. It is a whole number. In this case right here, 3. 3 is your mixed number. It's your whole number. Okay? So 315, 315, it's a case of a mixed number. But what make a mixed number? A mixed number, you have uh, one part that is a whole number combined with a fraction. But what kind of fraction? A proper fraction. So a mixed number, it's a whole number plus a proper fraction. Which one is a proper fraction? Is a fraction where the numerator is less than the denominator. Okay, so in this case, dear friend, as you look at this right here, this situation, so you will see that this right here, the top number, it's the top number is our numerator, and the bottom number is our denominator. Okay, so this right here, the top number is your numerator, and the bottom number is a denominator. Okay, so this number 5, it's a mixed number. Number 6 as well, it's a mixed number because you have a whole number. Okay, you have a whole number which is 4 and a 39. 39, it's a proper fraction. Okay, so you have to look at it. Can the 3 and 9 can be simplified? If a 3 and 9 can be simplified, then go ahead and simplify that. So this is going to become a 3, 4 over 1, because we divide 3 by 3, and when we divide 9 by 3, you have 3. All right, So let's stop right here so we can go back to number 3. A improper fraction, you can convert that to what we call a mixed number. So I'm going to show you how you can convert a improper fraction to a mixed number. You may encounter exercise where they ask you convert improper fraction to a mixed number or convert a mixed number to an improper fraction. All right. As we say, today is going to be a crash review. It means it's a lot of material in a short period of time. As we said earlier, this review is intended for anyone that have learned fraction but need a quick review. All right, so number 3, we have a 7/5. This one here, it's a proper fraction. But how do we convert an improper fraction to a mixed number? So an improper fraction has this kind of shape. You're gonna have, you can look at that on number 5 as we talk about that. It's gonna be like this. Okay, where a is gonna be a whole number. A is the quotient of the division. It means whenever you're dividing, remember an improper fraction, it's a fraction when you do that division, you will not going to get a perfect division. You will get some kind of a remainder. All right. Now, B is gonna be the remainder. All right. So we're gonna call B it's our remainder. All right. A it's your quotient when you do the division. Where C it will remain the same is the divisor or the denominator. So you see 5 right there is going to be the same thing. So C it's your denominator or the divisor. So you will to convert an improper fraction to a mixed number, you will have to do that division. Okay. So you're going to put 7 over there and you're gonna put the 5 over there. So you're gonna ask yourself, how many times 5 gonna go into 7? It's only one time. So we're gonna do 1 right here. We're gonna do 1 multiplied by 5. It gives us 5. So we're gonna get 5. We're gonna put that right here under 7. All right. So then we're gonna put the subtraction here. You can see there are many steps that we don't cover. How to do a division. I expect you know how to divide a number by another number. All right. If you need more explanation on that one, then you need to spend time and watch different kind of video. Here, it's a crash review. It means we are going over a lot of stuff about fraction in short period of time. So here, 7 minus 5, you got 2. Okay. So in this division, look at the shape we say the mixed number is going to be in the form of A, B, C. A is the quotient. That is the answer of the division. C, it will remain the same. That is the denominator or the divisor. B is going to be the remainder of the division. So in this case, my remainder of my division, you can see, is 2. The answer of my division right here, it's my answer of my division quotient, it's 1, and 5 it's my C because it remained the same. So 7.5, as I do that, if you have, based on what we learned, if you have to convert that to a mixed number, 7.5 is going to be what? It's going to be 1. Okay. And then 5, it will remain the same. And then the remainder of that is going to be 2. Okay. This is the how you convert this mixed number, in proper fashion to a mixed number. Let's deal with 12/8. You can see, first of all, if you don't want to simplify that right now, you can keep going. Once you do the division of 12 by 8, 8 is going to go to 12 only one time. You're going to have 8 right here on the bottom, and the remainder between that is going to be 4. But as we talked about before, look at 4 and 8. You cannot leave it like this. You have to simplify that. So you're going to go 1, and you simplify 4 by 4. You have 1. 8 by 4, you got 2. All right. So this is how you convert that improper fraction to a mixed number. Okay. Now let's learn how do you from a mixed number, how do you go back to a improper fraction? So we're gonna deal on this number 5, so you can learn how you can now convert a mixed number back to a improper fraction. As we learn about this thing. We say a mixed number is a combination of a whole number and what kind of fraction? You have a proper fraction. So in this case right here, so you have 3, but how do you solve? How do you go from a mixed number to improper fraction? We do what we call a C method. It means between the 3 and 5, when you go between the 3, and 5, you will multiply. Okay, 3 and between 5 and 3, you will multiply. Whatever answer you get, you will add that one to 1. Did you hear that? So we're gonna do what? 3 plus 5. And one thing that you have to know, once you do that, the denominator will remain the same. So you can just go ahead and put that over there because that will remain the same. So now you got 3 times 5 times 3, it will give you what? 5 times 3, it gives you 15. 15 plus 1, it gives you 16. So this answer, this is how you convert a mixed number to a improper fraction. Improper fraction is what? An improper fraction, that is a fraction where the top number is bigger than the bottom number. So let's do number 6. Let's work on the number 6, dear friend. Okay, so what we're gonna do, you can see right here, you can simplify that one. Okay, 3 and 9 is what? It's a 4, 1/3. As we say, you're gonna do a C method. Okay, so 3 to 4, it gives you 12. 12 plus 1, it gives you 13. So you're gonna maintain that same denominator. So at least you know that one. When you go from an improper fraction to a mixed number, the denominator remains the same. And when you go from a mixed number to improper fraction, the denominator remains the same. You go from improper fraction to mixed number, the denominator remains the same. The way we do that, how do you go from a mixed number to improper fraction? You get the bottom number. Here we simplify that fraction, give 4 1/3. So you get 3 times 4, it gives you 12 plus 1, it gives you 13. Since we keep the same denominator, you got 13 over there. Okay? All right. Let's learn how to multiply. How do we multiply a fraction? As we say, how do you multiply a fraction? Okay? So to multiply a fraction, you're going to multiply numerator with a numerator, denominator with the numerator. So we got 2 fractions. The first fraction, the numerator is 3. The second fraction, the numerator is 1. All right. The first fraction, the denominator is 5. The second fraction, the denominator is 5. So we're going to multiply numerator with the numerator and denominator with the denominator. So we're going to do 3 times 1, you have 3. 5 times 3, you got 25. 5 times 5, 25. What kind of fraction is this? Is it improper or proper fraction? This is a proper fraction. Why? Because the numerator, which is 3, is less then the denominator, which is 25. All right, let's look at number 8. So which one we're gonna do? We're gonna do multiply numerator with numerator, denominator with the denominator. So which one you're gonna have? So you're gonna have 9 times 4, you have 36. All right. If you do not have a calculator, get that. Okay. In case you do not know how to do a method calculation, then 7 times 3, you have a 21. All right. So what kind of fraction is this? This is a improper fraction. You can simplify that one by 3. Okay. And you can simplify this one here by 3 as well. So once I do that, I'm going to have a 12 over 7. What kind of fraction? It's improper fraction. You do not leave improper fraction like that unless your instructor have told you to leave it like that. A improper fraction, you have to convert that to its lowest term, which is going to be a mixed number. So since we're going to keep 7 going to be right there. So this is going to become, how many times 7 going to go to 12? It's going to be 1. The remainder is going to be 5. Okay, this is how you break that one. An improper fraction is going to have a whole number and a mixed number. All right, so let's look at this addition. Anytime you are adding, this is a matter of fact. All right, so we will cover something quick, a basic one, and then we're going to tell you about the math fact. Let's learn the basic rule first. There are so many ways to do the addition, but I will share with you one of that a lot of people seems to like. Okay, the way we do that. Remember, there is a matter of fact here, but we'll go back on that one. The matter of fact is anytime you are adding a fraction that have the same denominator, you keep the denominator on the bottom and you just add the top. Let me show you. So you're gonna keep 5 right here. Since 5 and 5 are the same, this is what we call adding a fraction with a like denominator. It means a fraction that have a same denominator. So you're gonna do 1 5 plus 9 5. So we're gonna keep 5. You do not add the denominator. You're just gonna add the top. You're gonna be 1 plus 9. That will give you 10. So the answer is gonna be 2. Once again, whenever you are adding a fraction that have the same denominator, you just add the top. You never add the bottom. Did you hear that? You just add the top. You do not add the bottom, just add the top. All right. But let me take you back so I can give you a general rule that will apply either you have the fraction that have the same denominator or not. As I told you earlier, there are so many ways how to solve a fraction, how to add a fraction, but I'm going to share with you one of them. Okay, so how do we deal with it? You draw your line over there. So you're going to first multiply this. Okay, you multiply the denominator. This is when you're adding your fraction. You multiply the denominator. So when I multiply 5 and 5, it gives me 25. All right. Then after I finish that one, I need to go on the top. So on the top, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna get this first fraction. We're gonna work with this first fraction. We're gonna get the top number of the fraction. We multiply that with the bottom number of the second fraction. So once you do that, you have 1 times 5, you will have a 5 over there. Okay, and you put your plus sign. The same rule is going to work with a subtraction as well. But be careful. When it comes to addition, it doesn't matter if I start 5 times 9, then I go do plus 1 times 5. It's going to give me the same answer. But if you do like that in your subtraction, you're not going to get the same answer. That's why, to avoid any confusion, Do the bottom first. 5 times 5, you put that over there. Then you go on the first fraction. Get the numerator, multiply by the denominator of the second fraction. Okay? Then, after you have done it, you will now go down there, take the other one, which is we're going to get the denominator of the first fraction. We will multiply that with the numerator of the second fraction. So I'm going to do 5 times 9. I'm going to have 45. So once you add this, you have now 50 over 25 is going to give you 2. All right. So you can see right here, this is a general rule. But once you know the math fact, you know anytime you are adding a numerator, a fraction that have same denominator like this one here, I'm gonna keep the denominator over there. I'm just gonna add the top. It gives you 10 over 5. It gives you 2. This one here, it's a math fact. Over there, that is your general rule that will apply for every term. Okay, this is how you go ahead and add your fraction. Okay, let's do this way. Now that you learned that, let's come and then practice here. All right, so you have 4 times 3. This is, they do not have the same denominator. 4 times 3, I got 12. Now I'm gonna do this first. 3 times 3, I have 9. I put your plus sign. Then I'm gonna do 4 times 1. It give you 4. So you have 13 over 12. What kind of fraction? This is a improper fraction. As a mixed number, it's gonna be 1. You're gonna have 12 over there, and you got a 1 over there. Okay? Because 12, 1, the remainder will be 1. Okay, let's do this one here. It's the same concept. Okay, so you're gonna go do 4 times 8. That one is a general rule. There is a different way where you can find a lowest common denominator, but I don't want to get you confused on that one. I just want to share with you the general rule. So the same concept is going to apply as well when you are subtracting a fraction that have the same denominator. You're just going to subtract the top. Okay, so in this case, since they do not have the same denominator, I'm going to do 4 times 8. You have 32. Now you gotta do the first, this fraction first. 3 times 8, it gives you what? 20, 24. You put your minus, then you're gonna do 4 times 1. It gives you 4. This is what I told you earlier. You always wanna start with the first fraction first, because if you do not, what's gonna happen if you start with 4 times 1, you're gonna have a 4 minus 24. It's different with the 24 minus 4. 4 minus 24 is negative 20, while 24 minus 4 is 20. So that's why I say always start with the first fraction by getting the numerator multiplied to the denominator, put your operation sign, then go to the denominator of the first fraction multiplied to the numerator. So by doing like that, so now here you have 24 minus 4, you got 20. What kind of fraction is this? This is a proper fraction. Then this can be simplified by 4. It gives you 20 divided by 4, it gives you 5. And 32 divided by 4, it gives you 8. This one here it's your proper fraction. Let's look at number 12. So number 12 right here, we're gonna add the mixed number. There are so many rules as well as to add the mixed number. So the best way you can break it, you can change it as improper fraction. This is what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead, change that as an improper fraction. You're gonna have a 3 times 5. You use a C method. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1, you got 16 over 5. All right, you put your plus sign. You got 7 times 2, 14. 14 plus 2, you got 16 over 7. 3 times 5 times 3, 15 plus 1, 16 over 5. 7 times 2, you got 14 plus 2, you got 16. So based on what we learned, you go here, 5 times 7, you're going to have a 35. Now you're going to do this fraction first. You have a 16 times 7, you have 112. Then you have 5 times 16, you have 80. So you got 180 plus 112, will give you 192 over 35. You don't leave this like this because this is a improper fraction. You ask yourself how many times 35 gonna go to 92? It's gonna go 5 times. So you're gonna have 5. How many times 35 is gonna go to 192? So if you say 35 times 5, it gives you 175. So 35, it will be over there. So the difference between 192 and then it's 17. Okay, so this is right here the answer for the exercise right there. So let's do this right here. Number 13 is the same concept. All right, so let's break this first to a improper fraction. We got 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7. So you got 7 over 2. Then you have a 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, you got 5. You got 5 over 3. Okay, so this is what we learned. So you're gonna do, you put right there, 2 times 3, you have 6. All right, so let's go ahead and erase this so we have more space to work on this exercise. I hope you're enjoying this time. Get yourself a cup of coffee because it's a crash course. We're reviewing a lot of stuff in a short period of time. All right, that's a lot of material. So get yourself some more coffee. Make yourself comfortable. Okay, so 2 times 3, you have 6, correct? Then you're gonna do this fraction first. 7 times 3, you have 21. Then 2 times 5, you got 10. So you have 11, 6. So what kind of fraction is this? It's improper fractions. You gotta break that as a mixed number. So you're gonna have 6 go to 11 only one time. You keep the same denominator right there. The difference between 11 and 6 is 5. All right. Now, how do you multiply a mixed number? Same concept. You have to convert this to a proper fraction, improper fraction first. Okay. So 3 times 9 times 3 is 27. 27 plus 4, you have now 31 over 9. Multiply. Let's break this. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4. You got what? 9. Okay? You know that? 5 times 1 is 5. 5 plus 4, you got 9. 9 over 5. If you look at it pretty good, you can cancel 31 times 9, 9 times 5. You can see you can cancel 9 with this 9 right there. All right? Because when you have the same number on the each side of the fraction, when you do multiplication, you can cancel them. If I got 31 on the top, 31 on the bottom, I can cancel them, correct? So 9 and 9 can cancel. So I would have 31 over 5. What kind of fraction is this? This right here, it's improper fraction. So I'll keep 5 over there. How many times 5 gonna go to 31? It's gonna go 6 times. 6 times 5 and 30, the difference between the 30 and 31, it's gonna be 1. All right, let's do number 15. Now, once again, you could as well do 31 multiplied by 9 divided by 45. You're gonna get to the same answer. Okay, let's look at number 15. The number 15, you have a case of a division, a fraction divide by another fraction. So how do you solve this? Anytime you have a fraction divided by another fraction, the first fraction, which is 1/3, you're gonna keep it the same. You will change this this division right there, you will change that one to a multiplication. It become multiplication. Now you will flip this fraction right there, the second fraction, you will flip it completely. So once you flip that, it's gonna become 5 over 4. Once again, the way you divide a fraction to another fraction, the first fraction you keep that the same, you change this division to fraction, and the second fraction you will flip it. And once you flip that, you're gonna have a 5 over 4. So once you do that, you have now 5 over 12. This is a proper fraction. You cannot simplify that one. You leave that alone. This case right now, number 16, you have a fraction divided by a whole number. This is my advice. Anytime you find yourself in a situation like this, they can write this problem different way. They can also write it out like this. 1/3 divided by 4. You have to identify where is the main line of your division. Go ahead and put 1 over that. So it will make it easier for you. In that way, you have now the first fraction, you multiply that by the second fraction, but you have to flip it. So once you flip that one, it becomes 1/4. So you have 1/12. What kind of fraction is this? This is a proper fraction. So a matter of fact, anytime you are dividing a fraction by a whole number, you just have to multiply. I don't want to confuse you too much. You just have to multiply the denominator with that number. And once you do that, you're going to have 12. But these are math facts. This right here are general rule. Just go ahead and put 1 over 4. Then it becomes a case of a fraction divided by fraction. Then you're going to get 1/3 divided by 4 over 1. Flip it, it will become 1/3 times 1/4, it gives you 1/12. Okay, let's go down there and deal with number 17. Number 17, you have a case now of what? You have a case over there was a fraction divided by a whole number. Here you have a whole number divided by fraction. Same advice. Go ahead and put 1 over 5 and you divide that by 1/5. So it becomes a case of a fraction, 5/1 divided by 1/5. Okay, so you keep the first fraction, 5/1. You're going to multiply by the second fraction, but you have to flip it. So once you flip the second fraction, it's going to be what? It's going to be 5/1. So the answer is going to be 25. I hope you see the difference. So there is a big difference uh, before the other one and this one. Okay, let's look at number 18. Here, we're dealing with a mixed number divided by a mixed number. The first thing you have to do, you have to convert the first mixed number to improper fraction. So once you do that, the first one, if you convert this, you're going to have what? 5 times 2, 10. 10 plus 3, 13. So you're going to have 13/5. Let's do this right here. We're going to have a 7 times 4, 28. 28 plus a 5, you're going to have a 33. So now you got 33/7. So now we have a case of a fraction divided by another fraction. So what you're going to have, you're going to have the first fraction, keep it the same, multiply by the second fraction, but you have to flip it. So when I flip the second fraction, I'm going to have a 7/33. So now you have a 13 times 7, you have 91. Then you have a 5 times 33, you have a 160, 165. All right, so see if you can all right, so this is right here, it's a proper fraction because 91 it's less than the number, so you leave that alone. If it cannot be simplified, it cannot be simplified, leave them alone. Okay, all right, so let's keep going on number 19. Number 19, it's a case of a whole number, you adding that to a fraction. Same advice I'm going to give to you as well here. So go ahead, add 1/3. Now you have a fraction, a case of adding two fractions. The same thing we learned. Go down there, do 1 times 5. I'm going to give you one fact in a few seconds. 1 times 5, you're going to have 5 over there. This is a general rule before I give you a shortcut. 1 times 5, you got 5. Now we're going to do this right here. The first fraction, 3 times 5. Okay, so you have 15. 3 times 5, you got 15. Now you got 1 plus 1 times 1, you got 1 over there. So you have a case of a 16/5. And when you break it as a mixed number, so you have a 5 over there. How many times 5 is going to go to 16? 5 going to go to 16 only 3 times, and the remainder is 1. You see, this is a long way to do that. So now let me share with you. Anytime you have any kind of a mixed number, this mixed number right there can be expanded, because a mixed number, it's what? A mixed number, it's a combination of a whole number plus a proper fraction. So this 3/1/5 can be written as a 3 plus 1/5. So whenever you see exercise like this, yeah, exercise like this, like that one, get rid of this plus sign, okay? I'm not talking about the subtraction. I'm talking only about the addition. Take rid of the 3, and then now when you get rid of the 3, you will have a 3/1/5. You see that? That is the same thing. This right here on your left is what we call a math fact. Right here on the right, it's your general rule. All right. So this general rule is going to work regardless of what condition. So let's do number 20, but we're going to use, first of all, on number 20, we're going to use a math fact. Okay, then we're going to do general rule. So math fact of number 20 is going to be what? It's going to be 4. Let expand 2/1/5, it become 2 plus 1/5. We can add this together. This becomes 6 plus 1/5. We talk about that. We can get rid of the plus sign, and once we get rid of it, now we bring 6 close to that. It gives you 6/1/5. This is the shortcut how to solve that. But let's number 20, let's use general rule in math. Let's solve that. So you're gonna have a 4 plus 5 times 2, you got 10 plus 1, 5 times 2, 10 plus 1, you got 11. You got 11/5. Put 1 over there. Let's go do a math thing. 1 times 5, you have 5. Do this right here first. 4 times 5, you got 20. 1 times 11, you got 11. So you got 11 over there. So you're going to have 31/5. This case of improper fraction, how many times 5 when I go to 31? I keep 5 there. 5 will go to 31 6 times, and the remainder is 1. You see, both are the same. All right. Thank you very much. It has been a long time. All right. That's why we say it was a crash. It's a crash course. In this crash course, we learn which one is a proper fraction, which one is a proper fraction. We learn which one is a mixed number. We learn how to convert from a mixed number to improper fraction, how to convert improper fraction to mixed number to improper fraction, how to simplify. We learn how to add simple fraction. We learn how to add improper fraction. We learn how to add a mixed number. We learn how to divide fraction by another fraction. We learn how to multiply fraction by another fraction. We learn how to multiply a mixed number to a mixed number. We learn how to add a mixed number. We learn how to subtract a mixed number. We learn how to divide a fraction by a whole number. We learn how to divide a whole number by fraction. And we learn how we can break a mixed number. When you have a mixed number, how you can expand it. Like say when I have 1/1/2, you know, it's the same thing as 1 plus 1/2. So we learn how you can use a math fact and solve this exercise. All right. So it was my pleasure to give you this crash course because I wanted to crush it as you're going to nursery school, regardless where you are. And it has been a little while since you learned about fraction and you wanted to get some ideas about fraction. Okay, that was the intent for today review. All right. So thank you so much for your time and for your cooperation as well. I hope you enjoy this time. It's been we spent quite a little time But I hope it was beneficial. If it was, you know, bring friend, you know, invite your friend, let them come and enjoy watching this video with you. Tell them, hey, go check it out, read, watch. It may give you an idea about how to understand about fraction. Okay, be blessed. We'll talk to you guys another day. Bye bye.